Yo, 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 what's good? It's your boy, Brooklyn 80s. Back with another episode of The Perspective. We live today. We're gonna be talking a little bit about Juju Watkins recovery. I like to put a positive spin on things, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We all know we all seen the gruesome injury. But it's time to move on for that. You know what I mean? It's time to move on from that. Juju, God willing. She's in God hands now. She should be able to recover nicely and get back on the path that God had her on as one of the best women on the planet. So I want to focus on the road to recovery, opposed to you know talking about her injury forever. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Chicago Sky. You know what I'm saying? Chicago Sky is an interesting team. I actually looked at a few rosters. Um, you know, a few rosters I kind of think is overhyped. The Indiana Fever don't scare me. The Liberty do look like they geared up to win another championship. Um, we already know. We already seen the one-on-one matchup between Angel Reese and Fee. So I don't know, man. I think the Chicago Sky better than a lot of people think, but we're gonna talk about it. Um, we're gonna get into the Aces. I hear a lot of people talk about the Aces, and excuse me, I hear a lot of people talk about the best teams in the league, and they don't bring up the Aces. That's what I meant to say. A lot of people don't bring up the Aces. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna see if some respect need to be put on the Aces name. We're gonna talk about Paige Beckers. Obviously, Juju isn't in the tournament anymore, and I feel like Juju was the best player in the tournament. Now it's looking like Paige Beckers might be the best player. Is the best player in the tournament. So is she gonna have her storybook ending, or somebody gonna get in the way of that? And then we're gonna talk about Paige Beckers' rookie season. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
What's good? What's good?
What's up, buddy? We're gonna talk about Paige Becker's rookie season. We gonna see if we think that Paige Beckers can actually have a better rookie season than Caitlin Clark, um, or if Caitlin Clark set the bar, right, she can't reach that. So we're gonna get into all those topics. Um, what's going on? I got my guy respect the fighters up here. If y'all in the boxing, that's where y'all need to be, man.
Word.
Y'all need boxing fans in the WNBA community. This is a guy to talk to. He knows it all. What I mean, I grew up with this guy. So I could
Mhm.
tell that he knows his stuff when it comes to boxing. Um,
Definitely.
Facts. Listen, I might my page is called The Perspective, man. People know I talk all things women basketball. But who knows? I might get in a little bit of we might add a little bit of the fighting content if you guys interested in that. We might add a little fighting content, um, talk a little bit of boxing or whatnot. Um, but anyway, what's so how you been, bro? How's your day been going today?
Long day. I just walked in the house.
Yeah, one of them.
Just walked in. Yeah.
Uh, I know what you.
Yeah.
Yo, listen. Stream this to your channel. You know how to do that. This way
Nah.
you could. So I think if you look at the top right corner, you should see something that says it's a button you should be able to click. You see that?
Mm-mm. I just see log in.
That's probably you probably gotta log in first or whatever the case may be. But you got he dipped out. When he come back, I explain it to him. But let me get to some of these comments. I see my boy Faz. So I got to shout out Faz. He was the first one in here before I was in here. Uh, he said, "What's good, Brooklyn? We are live. We definitely live." Yeah. So Weez, I was saying that if you I think if you log in,
Yeah.
you should see something that says start stream or something like that, and you could stream this to your channel as well. Like
Oh
while we
wow. So,
yeah. So if you want to do that, you could do that.
nah,
Um, let me get to these comments real quick. Fast says speedy recovery, Juju. Definitely. We hoping for a speedy recovery. Paige Bucketers time. One last chance. Yeah, that's a fact. It's her last chance to get a title. So we're gonna see what she do. Fast says the media will not do Paige Buckets justice, even if she ends up winning the NCAA championship. They don't. They already don't. They already don't want her to win it. They already done find their quote unquote savior in Cece. Yeah, I mean, that's Cece is the golden child. She is the number one. We know that. But we all know, when you reach the top, whenever you at the top of something, that's when they try to tear you down. So you never know. Like they might be building Cece up to tear her down. You never know. Um, Fast says the media will not do Page Buckets. I just read that one. You wrote it twice. Oh, he had it up there twice. The Optus will look bad for their quote unquote savior. Prayer hands for Juju. Indiana's all hype. I don't think they all hype, but I don't think they I don't think they not beatable. That's what I was saying. Aussie says, "Oh, really? Yeah, Aussie. I feel like y'all do have a top 3 roster in the league, but when I look, the more and more is on paper. The more and more you look at it, the more and more you like, we could beat that team. Paige is definitely fire. You don't think Lauren Betts is any good? I don't have that opinion. A lot of people. So you got to realize I don't come from. I'm new. First of all, I'm new in I'm new in women's basketball. This is like my third. This is my second season going into the WNBA, but this is like my third season following women's college basketball. And I don't have a team. I don't have an allegiance. Most people that is in women's basketball as an LSU fan or South Carolina fan or a UConn fan, yada yada yada. I just love women's basketball. So I don't have anything against Lauren Betts. I think when I watch her, I know she had her battles with Angel in the past and these different people in the past. So people have their opinion on her. But when I watch her, I think she's a solid big. If she's the best big I ever seen, no. Right, but she's not a bad big. I think she a solid big. Obviously, she got to be pretty good because she's the best player on that UCLA team, and they was undefeated for damn near the whole season. So you got to give Lauren Betts her credit. So I don't got nothing against Lauren Betts. I think she's a pretty good big. How ranking her, I don't know. I think that's what people do. They start to rank these players, but I think she's a good big. Yes, definitely. Listen, everybody, please hit the like button, subscribe. Like I said, go to my boy Page too. If you into boxing, go subscribe to him too, man. I'm on my road to 500 too. I'm like 20 subscribers away. So if you new, yeah, appreciate that. If you new and you watching this, man, go hit that subscribe button, man. Definitely. And like I said, subscribe to my boy if you into boxing. If you into boxing, he definitely gonna break it down. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes. Yep. I'm gonna drop the link for some of you guys too. In probably like hour 2. Right now I'm gonna just chill up here with my man and we're gonna talk. But probably in like hour 2, I'll probably drop the link. Lauren Betts, hi. Lauren Betts high is the X factor. You don't think Paige is coming back one more year? Nah, I think this is Paige last year. She ready. Paige is ready. I think the Fever is more. The Fever's definitely balanced. Don't get it twisted. I wasn't knocking the Fever's team with what I was saying. I wasn't, it wasn't hate with what I was saying. The Fever's definitely formidable. Shout out to the Fever. Camilla will destroy Betts. Camilla's nice. I think a lot of people be sleeping on Camilla for real. For real. Camilla one of them. But yeah, I'll be on your live facts. I bet I'm gonna drop the link in a few. But yeah, man. I don't know. You saw the injury. You saw what happened to Juju. I know it's all over the media. You ain't see it. Oh man,
I saw like it popped up on my feed, but I really didn't look into it.
Yeah, it's gruesome. I'm not gonna play. I could put it in the background. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna just describe it. Basically, she was on a break. It was a fast break.
Yeah,
and she's she a bully. She played like Melo. She a bully ball player, and so she was about to go to the rim and lay it up, but another girl came to cut her off. Good defense. It wasn't nothing dirty. Came, cut her off. But when she cut her off, the Juju leg, like this is her leg straight. Her leg buckled like this to the side. Bang, bang.
Oh my
Crazy. Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. Just buckled real quick to the side. And of course she was just in incredible pain on the ground,
Hmm.
holding that knee. And then we got the report later that she tore ACL.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah, unfortunately. So
So, well, we know that depending on who it is, right? ACL is like a make or break, right? Some
right,
people that come back from it, and some people is like, it's over for you.
right.
Do you think she's gonna be the person that comes back from it? Because there's also a mental thing.
Yeah, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. I think it's gonna take her, not just because it's her, but just because most players, like you said, is a mental thing.
Hmm.
She's gonna get back to herself in 2 years. I feel like she'll be probably back ready to play in a year. Now, will she play in a year? I don't know. They might hold her out, be safe, but she's gonna be the Juju that we know. Maybe even better. You never know. In 2 years, we'll see Juju again,
Yeah.
as Juju. But it's gonna be definitely a few months recovery before she get back on her feet, and then she just got to do the work. She's gonna do the work, and then you know, but she got the mentality. And then, she got the game. Like I said, it's really, like you said, it's mental. It's really going to be about if she trusts that knee. When she
Yeah.
starts to trust that knee, but she's going to be all right.
No, that's what's up.
Yeah. I put up a picture. Let me put it back up. A few players was sent her some love. So let me make this a little bigger so we can read it. So you have Lisa Leslie. Lisa Leslie here says, my heart is broken. I'll keep you in my prayers. I know
Hmm.
you'll be back stronger and better. Fight on. Put up the peace sign for Juju. Then you got Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark says, sending all my thoughts and prayers to Juju. Kid will come back stronger than ever. I like how
Hmm.
I like how Caitlin be acting like she's so much older kid. You know what I'm saying? Caitlin funny. Uh, you got somebody else about to join up. B, what's going on? Let me get y'all looking better. There y'all go. There y'all go.
Yo, yo,
But
yo.
now I can read it.
Bro,
Hold on. Y'all can't read. I gotta put y'all to the bottom. I can't read it. I'll bring y'all back up in a sec. I mean, y'all still up, but I can't read it. So next up, you got Sydney Carlson. Sydney Carlson says, saying a prayer for her now. Everybody, listen, everybody pray for Juju, man. Definitely. You got
Yeah.
Stu, we giving her the prayer hands. You got Flage. Flage says, I pray for Juju. Hate to see it. Absolutely. And you got Aaliyah Boston saying prayers up with the prayer hands. I don't know about, yeah, I didn't say this shit. You got Angel Reese saying prayers for Juju with the prayer hands, and then you got Asia Wilson with the prayer hands for Juju. So,
Hmm.
just showing her a little bit of love. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm all about positive energy. So this is about the road to recovery for Juju. This
Yeah.
is not about harping on a damn injury. That's a tough injury to get.
It is.
I'd never been hurt like that before, and I never want to be. I'm like, you know, I've had sprained ankles before. I've had regular basketball injuries. You already know we play in the hood. I had the
Yeah.
regular basketball injuries, and that was tough. I mean, like the worst thing I probably ever had was probably like a sprained ankle. That
Yeah.
thank God
Same.
I never really broke anything, but one of my favorite players was Paul George. Seeing what he went through, I can't imagine. With the leg injury,
Yeah.
obviously what Juju is going through with the knee injury, crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
Anybody who ever hype it, extended anything, they know that's you know. And like I said, thank God those things that you come back from them things today. So thank God. But
Yeah. But I feel like that's recent, right? We could talk about that's not that's the recent that people have been coming back.
yeah, yeah,
Right?
within the last few years, yeah,
Yeah. So it's good that whatever you want to call it, like doctors, technology, and everybody in that field could help people recover, but that's it's difficult.
facts, facts, facts. B, what's going on, B?
what's up? What's up, bro?
Ain't shit. B, this is my homeboy. Respect the fighters. He's all about anything fighting, boxing. Run it down. Weez, what you cover?
Yeah, there's straight boxing, anything boxing that goes on in boxing. I know, I watched it.
He boxed himself.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
boxed myself. So yeah,
Professionally,
no, not professionally. I just been in like a lot of gyms in New York. I
I
travel,
box
go to
too.
different gyms. Huh?
I box too.
But yeah.
Okay, that's dope. So look, that's perfect because look, B, I don't know if you're interested in this,
I only
but
do boxing for exercise though, but
no, but
I
listen,
really got into it though
I
because
don't
of
know. I don't know if you're interested in this, but I'm trying to find a partner because in this community, most of us talk ball. But I'm trying to find a partner for my boy so he could talk boxing with somebody. So if you're interested, I could definitely make that connection.
I'll let you know. I got a jam packed week.
Yeah, listen, B working. Shout out to B. B, I got B was in Twitter Spaces doing her thing, and then I forgot the name of the other thing you was doing. What's the name of it?
Playback.
Playback. She was in playback and she was doing her thing. So I said, B, you gotta come over to YouTube, man. She came over to YouTube. She working, man. So shout out to B. B
That's
doing
what's
big
up.
things. Facts. But that's definitely a good connection if you got time to do the fighting, talk fighting, whatever the case may be. What's your thoughts on Juju's injury, B, and her road to recovery?
Um, it's always scary when it's like non-contact.
Yeah,
As soon as you see a non-contact injury, the first thing you think is ligaments and joints.
right.
Um, because those just go off of no contact. Just sending prayers up to her. Um, Injuries is a part of the game, but it's the part of the game you never want people to experience.
Facts.
Um, it just hurts a little bit. I don't know if it hurts because she's the type of player who just you don't see any real like you don't see emotion from her. And when she was laying down there, you can tell that she was just like
Yeah, she was in
she was like, dang.
excruciating pain.
Mhm.
Yeah, she was like, dang, okay. Something ain't right, something is wrong. So it hurt. It was sad because it's March Madness and you never want to see anyone get hurt during March Madness, especially your star, because she was about to collide with Paige again, and people were so hyped for that matchup.
Yeah.
Um, but the good thing about the body is that she's 19,
Hmm.
so road to recovery is going to be hard, but it should be good
Yeah.
because she's
Mhm.
young. Her body is still developing, and she can heal up a little bit better. But road to recovery is hard. I don't think it should impact her game as much. I think ACL injuries impact men differently than women because men actually play a little bit above the rim. Men
Yeah.
put
That's what I
a
was thinking too.
lot
Yeah.
of hard landing. Women, we're more not stationary, but we're more to the ground. So it shouldn't
Hmm.
impact her as much, but it's gonna be a hard recovery. And knowing just watching Juju and seeing how she carry herself, I don't think she's gonna let this injury impact her. She gonna work through this and she'll be back. So prayers up for
Yeah.
Juju.
Facts. 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 Let me see. I have some notes down here about it. Um, yeah, I got to everything. Like you said, prayers up. Um, so question. How do you feel about USC now? Are they done or can they win in the Sweet 16?
I had them losing the next round anyway.
So you feel like they definitely cooked now.
Yeah.
Who
I
they
on
who
my
they play? Who they play?
they Kansas State and I just had
Kansas
them
State. You don't think they could beat Kansas State even without Juju?
I think it'll be I don't know. I don't think so. I had them losing in this round. It wasn't going to be to Kansas. So I didn't have Kansas State.
You thought Kentucky was gonna make it?
Yeah, I had
Mhm.
Kentucky making it, and I had them
Mhm.
losing in this next round to Kentucky. I just with USC seeing how their season went,
Yeah,
they can play down to the level of competition, and
yeah,
that
that's a
hurts.
fact.
Um, they got a lot of young pieces on this team. I do think this is a prime time for Kiki to kind of
That's what I was gonna
reestablish
go to next.
herself because she kind of lost some momentum in the draft. And
Yeah.
if she wants to gain that momentum again, she should definitely reestablish herself, especially
She
with AZ Fudd not coming out. And Brooke,
right.
who told you AZ Fudd wasn't coming out?
Okay, you told me that. I forgot, but I believe you told me. I believe you.
AZ Fudd not coming out in the draft, man. I don't
Yeah.
think she's coming out. And she just, and I think it's another one who not coming out, but we'll see.
Who you think not coming out?
I don't think Olivia coming out.
You know what? I had that thought cross my mind too, but the reason why I do think she's coming out is because her speech, the way she and I could be wrong, but the
So
way
what, I
she
didn't even listen to the speech. I
she
didn't
made
listen.
us, how some like with Paige Beckers, there's some of them give that last y'all was with me, this the last time speech. So she gave that speech to
Yeah,
her, when leaving before leaving the Sweet 16, she gave that speech. So
yeah.
the person who kind of
Oh, then
confused
she should
me,
be coming out then.
she might
She
be,
should be
listen, that don't mean nothing. That she might still just change her mind. But the person who confused me was Isaiah James, right? Because Isaiah James, I'm pretty sure, I gotta look it up, but I'm
has
pretty
to come
sure
out. She
I'm
have
pretty
to.
sure she was a senior. But and
Mhm.
maybe she was just being selfless for her team, because when she was giving her interview, she said, "Yeah, we wanted to come out and do this for the seniors." So I was like, "Wait, you part of that seniors?" But the way she said it was like them, and she wasn't a part of it. So that
Oh,
kind of threw me off.
Maya have to come out. She have no
Yeah,
more.
that's what I was thinking. It just threw me off with her speech. If you go back and listen to it because they pulled her after the game after they beat Michigan State. And the
Yeah.
way she gave her speech, she was like, "We did it for the seniors." I'm sitting here like, "You wanted the seniors," but that threw me off a little bit. But for Kiki, going back to what you said, I think Kiki is off to a good start because I felt like you already know me, B.
Mhm.
Um, I don't agree with what everybody say. I'm sorry. Like, just because it's the topic or what people talking about don't mean I necessarily agree. So I never agreed that Kiki wasn't a top pick. I did understand why people said she wasn't, and that's why I never pushed back or never said nothing. Do I think she has to be goal number two? No. She don't have to be number two, but everybody was talking about her like she was gonna just be a role player, or she just wasn't that good. And I just thought that was crazy talk. I always thought it was a system that she's playing in Weeds. I always thought the system that she's in, she's not being utilized the way she was being utilized before. So now a lot of people look at her as if she's not as good as advertised. But I think with Juju going down, it showed you when she got to be that person, she could be, right? I think that shows the mark of a champion when you're willing to play another role for somebody else to shine. And that's pretty much what she did. She came to USC. This is Juju's team, and she just played her role, and then she played the role the coach wanted her to play. Now, was it the best role for her to shine? No. She didn't look like a star. She looked like a role player, but I always knew she had the tools and the capability to be a go-to player, and I feel like she's gonna be fine, in the pros. So I
Mhm.
think it's good that not good because obviously nobody want to see what happened to Juju, but I think it's good for Kiki for people to see who she is. Now she's able to step up and play. Like you said, she's off to a good start. She just got to keep that up. And I do think I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like USC is cooked now, obviously, because Juju is gone. But I do think they could beat Kansas State. Kansas State is not scary. I feel like that point guard. Remember, we had the conversation. In the other panel, I feel like that point guard played her best basketball. She don't shoot like that. She like I was, I give credit where credit due. The way she was playing, I'm like,
She
okay,
Kansas State,
Sundell.
Sundell. She is another player who understands her strengths,
Mhm.
but can shoot the ball. She can shoot the three. She
I'm
can
not
make.
saying she can't shoot
No,
it. She
I
can
know what
make
you're
it,
saying.
but she
She
make it
can
at a
make
low
it,
percentage.
but at a low
She
percentage.
shooting at 20. She shoot
Yeah,
20% from three.
yeah.
Mm.
She's going to.
But
She's
that
going
last game, Queeve, she shot it like she fucking like Clay
to.
Thompson, like she was knocking it down. Like, so you got to give credit to where credit due when people show up. She showed up in the last game. Do I think she
Yeah.
could do that every game? No. Right?
Yeah, that's that. So that's the next thing, right? Like if she could do that, if like you said, like if it's average like 20%, then the last game she showed up.
Yeah.
Is that just like something that's just gonna be her and being inconsistent, or is it
Right.
something like is this switch gonna cut on and this is gonna be her?
Right. And that's a good point, because if she do have a switch like that, because some people is like that. Some people just
But
play
she
big
don't
and
shoot
big games.
20%. She shoot 33% from three.
Oh, it's 33. Okay, I looked at it early in the season. So
Um,
so
it's
she raised
33.
her percentage.
Oh, she always been around at 33, 35. Like
Okay.
she always floated around in 30s, 33. Her highest percentage was 39%, actually. So that shows you where her ceiling is, and her base is 25%. So she got like a wide range. She can knock it down, and then she can go to points where she's just like, can you make a shot? She
Yeah.
can make a shot, but her 3-point shooting, and she don't take them as much. That's the problem.
And that's
Yeah.
what I'm
The problem
saying.
is take them.
Yeah. That's what I'm
That's
saying. So I think she had a really good game last game.
She's 6'2". Good God, she see over the defense.
Yeah.
And she can pass that ball. She can pass that
now.
rock.
Now she
Yeah,
gonna be a
but
person of do the numbers really define her, right?
exactly. Yeah.
But I don't think the numbers truly define her, because she still averaged 14 points a game and 8 assists. And she
Hmm.
shoot 50% from the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
that's but
get to
again,
her spots. She understand her strengths, but 3-point shooting is something she's going to need to incorporate at the next level, because we
right.
all know at the next level, they cut stuff off. You want
And
to get
that
to the paint, that's what you
listen,
want to do. They're
this
going to
is
force you through.
right. This is my point. You got a lot of people. See, I don't really believe in a first of all, this is college, like you said. So this level. Is gonna on the next level, everything's gonna be different. But a lot of things is fool's gold with a lot of people. So that's why I'm
Mhm.
saying, like, if she was put it to you like this, she's 6'2", right? If she was really impactful, she'll be like her numbers will be she's 6'2". That means at a point guard position, you bigger than everybody else. Most people you guarding is 5'8" or 5'10".
Hey, Brooke, hold on. But let me tell you the beauty of her being 6'2" and not being a high 3-point shooter. She's 6'2". You can move her to the three because she
No,
plays defense.
I understand that, but that's just gonna to me. See, a lot of people want to do that because I hear that argument with other players too. But to me, when you do that, you got to realize a player that, first of all, again, if you 6'2" and you play in a point guard position, you have an advantage. You got a mismatch every night, so you should be dominating. That's one. So once you take that 6'2" player now and move him to the small forward, you take that advantage away. So now you really gonna bring a player that's here down here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So you
you,
right, you right. You could move it to the three,
Get
but
it?
now you don't have an advantage, and you
you
wasn't that good. Hold on, look,
Kind
let me land my plane.
of
Look, you wasn't even that good with the advantage, and that's my point. If you take anybody from any position in basketball, male or female, and you got a mismatch every night, you got an advantage every night, you supposed to be dominating. There ain't no excuse for that. So if you're not dominating, you're not that good. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
so
that's
she
that's what I'm
basically
saying.
supposed to be.
I'm not trying to knock Sunday. I think Sunday will be an average player. I think she's average. You get what
yeah.
I'm
I think
saying?
you already know how I feel about this draft, but I think she'll be an average player.
Yeah, she's gonna be an
But what
average
I'm
player.
saying is her advantage is not that she's 6'2". I think her advantage is that she sees the floor better than people. She averages 8 assists. You don't
Yeah,
average 8 assists
she's a
because
solid passer.
yeah, she's a point guard. And if you
Yeah,
move that
I agree with that.
to the three, and she's still like she's shooting 50% from the field, so she can put the ball in the rim.
Mm-hmm.
She can put
I
the
think
ball in
that's
the rim.
fool's gold. I
And,
think that's fool's
and I
gold, B.
think no, the reason why I don't think it's fool's goal is because it's not off jump shots. She's putting the ball in the rim by going to the rim against taller players.
In
When you
college.
get to in college, but everybody was in
That's
college.
so. Yeah, that's
That's
what we have to
that's
go
no,
with.
but
In
no,
college,
that's my point. No, she's a senior, so I'm judging her based
yeah,
off what
but
she's
what I'm
gonna
saying was
be.
everybody was in college. At some point, making a layup, being able to make a layup should translate.
Yeah.
Like that's the easiest shot. Being able to make a
Depending
layup,
on who you going against.
depending on who you're going against, but being able to make a layup should translate. And she's 6'2", so At 6'2", Fee is 6 foot. She should be able to make a layup against Nafisa Collier.
So because I don't watch,
Let's see.
women's basketball like this, right? So at 6'2",
Yeah, I'm
is she
finna
taller than the average point guard?
Yes, the average point guard in women's basketball is 5'8".
Okay, so all right, so she's basically would have that Magic Johnson advantage. Like
But
I'm a big.
let me tell you why she won't. If she would think about this, right? You go into a more difficult level. If you're not dominating now, you're not going to dominate on the next level. It's just going to get harder. You get what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
understand
So
that.
you're
Yeah.
right. She's going to be 6'2", and she's still going to, but it's going to get harder. So whatever number she got now, you got to chop it down a little bit. Like, just, you know what I mean? Because that's just that in the rookie season, definitely. It might raise up in year 3, 4, 5, whatever the case may be, depending on how good a player you are. But once you go to the next level, all those numbers is not going to be the same. And that's why I said, even to me, even a field goal percentage is fool's gold, because the people, one, you got to look at the conference you playing in. So, right, in college, you got certain conferences that's better than others. So
Correct.
who are you really taking into the basket against? Because once you go to the pros, you in one conference with the best players. So you're gonna be able to still finish it over these players that's elite shot blockers. Now, I don't think so. She don't give me that. Her game don't give me that. Now I give her the playmaking.
Well, she should be able to.
I give her the playmaking. She's definitely a good playmaker. She's not a good shooter. I don't think she's gonna get a lot of minutes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't look up. You want to look up somebody? Look up Harmony Turner. Harmony Turner. I think she's being slept on because of the school. Now, this is somebody who also played in a weaker conference and stuff like that. But her game, I could tell, just even what she just did in the tournament, her game is gonna translate. And she's gonna be fine.
I like Harmony Turner.
She's gonna be fine. Harmony Turner is gonna be fine. T. Camilla, appreciate you. Let me get to some of these comments. I got a few comments. Let me show the comments some love.
Hey, make sure y'all go subscribe to Brooke Paige.
Please.
Like, comment, subscribe. Brooke, did you get there yet?
Not yet.
What do you need?
Probably like 20. Like 20.
Okay, we finna try to get you there tonight. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to Brooke Paige. He need 20 more subscribers to get to 500. Do that for him. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to his page.
All right. Aussie says Camilla's a great player. Hope the Sky player. She's gonna average like damn near 20 this year. You ain't gotta worry about that, Aussie. 2 days before she hurt the other leg and was limping, so I think her leg overcompensating a buckle. Oh, okay, you talking about Juju? Yeah, she was just hurt the other day. Nah, she out for the year. She out, bro. She needs surgery.
What he was saying was the game before she rolled her ankle on a different leg.
Yeah.
Sometimes your body
overcompensate. Yeah,
you weight shift to the other leg, and that can be it. It can be a multitude of other things. I would like to see the science behind it because ACL and Achilles injuries are high right now. So
that's a fact. I'm with you on that. Aussie says Paige had it as well, and it's a different player. That's a fact. I don't see Juju playing next season. I see him at I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. So many support, prayer hands, right, Brooke? She talking about some kid. I don't know what you're talking about there, brother. Road to recovery about to be hard as fuck. It's gonna be hard, but she's gonna be all right. She's gonna get through it. She definitely gonna get through it. He says facts B. She still gotta get through it mentally. Yeah, that's the hardest part. Mentally, I think it's gonna be the hardest part. I think she's gonna be able to play it. I think she's gonna be physically able to play in a year, but I don't think she's gonna be mentally back to herself for another 2 years. They done. Hey guys, I'll be back. I'm getting the little one to sleep right quick. Heard you. Gotta get the little one. To bed. They can beg. Yeah, I honestly think they could beat Kansas State, especially with the way they played. I think Kiki, as long as she stays aggressive, she's gonna put up big numbers. I want to see with Kennedy. I think Kennedy could step up and have a bigger role. And a couple of those, I think USC is a confident team. Once they see like a certain players hit shots, a lot of them step up. So you never know. That's a really good team, even without Juju. But they can't, they can't go past the Sweet 16 if they beat Kansas State. If they gonna win, yeah, I think they could beat Kansas State. But that's no disrespect to Kansas State because I do think Kansas State could beat them too. Yoka Lee is a problem, and like B was just saying, Sundell is not a bad player. I just don't think she's gonna do that much in the pros, but she's not a bad player. Definitely, they could definitely beat USC. Um, AZ trying to be a top 2 pick.
Oh, they
Oh,
said
you talking about that's why she going back to school? I mean, she will be. AZ is a lottery pick without the injuries, but the injuries make her drop in the draft. So but there's no guarantee if she go back to school that people still not gonna be worried about the injuries. So we'll see what happens next year. Pro fan talk, my bro. He says that young girl Heckle is really good. Heckle is really good. Kiki is a top 5 pick. Bonuses. 9-6. Facts. Lindsay made Kiki look not so good, but in the actual sense, she's good. Heard you, Chanel. 33% is not good. MK shoot almost 40% from 3. That's facts. Did y'all see the article with the GMs giving their thoughts on some players? New York Times WNBA draft. I didn't see that article. You saw it, B?
yeah, I've been reading some of them. They got a little. I read the one about Sanaya Rivers,
Okay.
which is they said the good news for her is she can be a point guard, and if she can't shoot, you better be playing point guard because then you have the ball in your hands and you can survive a little bit more. A lot to like and a lot to question.
I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like point guards, I feel like the best point guards, and if you want to be deadly at the point guard position, you got to be able to score from all 3 levels. So you got to be
Yeah,
able to shoot, you got to be able to hit the mid range, you got to be able to get to the basket. So I don't want to give her. I do agree that she's dangerous at 6'1" with her athleticism playing point guard, but she got to shoot the ball, right? She's
yeah,
gonna have
they
to be able to.
said she's an amazing tool to work with. Probably the most athletic guard wing in the draft, but is there a place for a non 3-point shooter guard wing in the WNBA? The athleticism is mesmerizing. At times, she gets a little bit out of control. So it's just harnessing that and continuing to get better and just picking her shots, picking when she's going to drive, when she's going to shoot the 3. Great length from the wing position and the possibility of being an elite defender with her length and
That's
athleticism.
not even a possibility. That's her strength. She's gonna be an elite defender, but you could say the same thing about her that I was saying about you. You know, I'm an honest player because I like Sinai Rivers, but she gotta shoot the ball. Like I was saying the same thing about Olivia Miles before the season started. Olivia Miles worked on it. She's shooting the ball now. Sinai Rivers, I've been saying the same thing since before the season starts. She gotta learn how to shoot that ball. And she makes it here and there, but she just don't makes it at a high percentage. You gotta better make it at a decent percentage. But everything else, listen. She athletic. She's gonna be able to play defense. She's fast. She's quick. She could get to the rim and finish. So she got a lot of skills. She's somebody who I feel like if the right coach could work on her, unlock her, she'll be a problem. But
It seemed like they loving Haley.
try it again.
It seemed like they loving Haley.
Haley Van Liff.
Yeah.
I mean, Haley, to give Haley credit. I mean, we've
They said
everybody had.
she helped herself this year. She's showing she can impact the game in different areas. That's literally one of the quotes that a GM sent in. She helped herself this year. She's showing she can impact the game in different areas.
I agree with that. I do think she helped herself, but like I said, we've seen her play better this year, so we got to give her that credit. But we also seen her struggle. So, and then she's a smaller guard. We know what she does, and we know what her weaknesses is. But to give her credit, she could dribble, she could pass, she could shoot. That's always going to be valuable. But she also is small. She's like a Dana Evans, right? She's like a shooting guard in a 5'7" body. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but the person that I compare her to, if she want to have a great WNBA career, she reminds me of like a Kelsey Plum. T. Carmella says, "What good, Brooke? Missed you too, T. Carmella. What's going on? Yes, please, everybody subscribe, man. I'm on my road to 500. I only need 20 more. So subscribe to the channel, especially if you feeling if you like my personality, subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You fast as USC didn't don't have now they definitely don't have enough to beat UConn. Paige is going. Paige look like she playing her best basketball right now. UConn playing their best basketball. Patricia Burton, hey Brooklyn, what's going on? Hey, she said, hey B, hey chat, what's going on, Patricia? Brooklyn, since you said GMs are worried about AZ's injury, you don't think GMs now will be extremely worried about Juju's injury, her draft stock? We got to see how she looks when she come back. See, the difference between Juju and AZ is AZ repeatedly gets hurt. She's been getting hurt since high school. This is the first time Juju got hurt, and it was like a freak injury. So if she could come, if Juju could come back and a lot. Listen, athletes get hurt. This ain't nothing new on the men's side and the women's side. Athletes get hurt. So, should say ADP. Mark, what's up, Brody? It's my big brother right there in the chat, y'all. Mark Alexis. He one of the best basketball players I ever met in person. Definitely got the best shot. My man Mark. What's going on, Brody? But yeah, let's move on to topic number 2. Topic number 2. It's an interesting topic. I want to know. I want to know what you guys think. Is now I gotta tell people, Mark. I got to see it with my own eyes. You feel me? I got to see it with my own eyes. Mark is a bad man. Don't challenge Mark to no shooting contest. You feel me? And I ain't the only one to say it. Anybody who grew up with us like this, we all know. Mark is a shooter. That's a fact. But it's an interesting topic. I want to know, do people feel like Chicago Sky is a top 6 team in the league or a bottom 7 team in the league? I got them as a top 6 team. I think we kind of underrating the roster a little bit, especially depending on what happened in this draft. If we draft the right way, we're going to have a strong roster.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a real strong roster.
I agree. I think we're a top 16. Definitely. I've looked at this roster over and over countless times and kind of went through probable lineups, who filling in, who we should draft to fit the team best, and all of that. And I think even with the additions from the draft, we should still be a top. We should still.
No, I think definitely, not even with, definitely. The draft is going to really, depending if we draft the right way.
The bench is solid. The shooting is better. Do we lose some explosiveness? Yes. You can't replace Kennedy Carter's explosiveness.
Mm-mm.
But did we pick up?
But look, baby, before you finish, let me tell you where we got better. We lost Kennedy Carter explosiveness, but we gained Camila Cardoso's and Angel Reese experience. So what they was in year 1, they not gonna be in year 2. We got better internally. Let's just be clear about it. Yo, real money. Salute to you, brother. We definitely got. But Gad, I ain't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted people, like, I know you know that already, but for the people out there in the ethos and the I wanted them to think about that, because sometimes people forget that you can get better internally. We not the same Chicago Sky from last year.
I think it also opens up Camilla and Angel's floor, because they had to share that floor with a guard who loved to get to the rim.
That's true.
And that just added more people at the rim. Now you take that away and you add
more space now.
And more space, because it's better quality shooting. That's the word I was for. It's better quality shooting on a roster.
Yeah.
we lose some explosiveness, but it's better quality shooting on the roster. Which should open things up for Camilla and Angel. And I'm really looking for. We kind of know what Angel is going to do. We
Mhm.
know what we're going to get out of Angel. You know, you're going to get the motor. You're going to get the intangibles. You're going to get the rebounding. You're going to get the second chance points. You're going to get. You've seen her working on her game, so we're hoping that the percentage translates from unrivaled to the WNBA. We
I'm
hoping that
confident.
yeah, we're confident, but we're hoping that all of those things in unrivaled transfers to the WNBA. What we haven't seen yet is Camilla rookie season was not the best rookie season Camilla could have had.
Not even
Like
close.
Angel rookie season was probably the best rookie season that Angel could have had. Because if we're being honest fans, we know she has her struggles in certain areas. As a fan, we
Mhm.
know where she struggled in certain areas. So to average a double double in her rookie season, we knew that what we was gonna get from her. We knew that's what she was capable of.
Facts.
Camilla rookie season wasn't the best rookie season it could have been, and I'm excited to see the leap she take in this season. And then
Me
you add
too.
the addition of like a E Will who should be healthy, who
Yeah.
started off the season great last season. So I'm excited for this guy. I know a lot of people don't see it for this roster, but I do.
Yeah.
Um, and
That's
I have
good. We want to be. We don't worry about us. That we in a perfect position. That's where we want to be. But I agree with you. I feel like Camilla didn't even have close to the type of season that
mm-mm,
she. Listen, Camilla's personality. I try to explain this to people all the time, and I try to say this respectfully because I don't want to like. This is not no disrespect to Camilla, but Camilla personality is a beta personality, meaning you know how you got those friends that you don't gotta motivate. This friend is just gonna go do whatever, but then you got this other friend that you're not gonna get the best out of them unless you give them that pep talk, or unless you know you got to do something to get the best out of them. That's Camila Cardoso. Camila Cardoso has immense talent, but she's not gonna just. Sometimes she don't have the motivation or the self motivation to like do it. And that's why Angel Reese is a perfect teammate for her, because we did see a couple times Angel Reese put that battery in her back, and you see Camilla stepped up. And I think what she just went through, I think what Angel just did and Unrivaled, Camilla did the same thing in China. I think she unlocked herself. I think she went to China and got comfortable in that block and said, okay, I'm about to work these girls. Cause you know, China got some big women out there. You know what I mean? So she had to bang with some big women. And I think she got what she needed as far as having her team. She had her own team and was able to be focused on the things she need to learn, the things she need to be comfortable with. She had her own, got one-on-one tutelage from a coach. And I think Camilla, when she comes back next year, a lot of people gonna be surprised because Camilla got go-to player ability. She got number one option ability. So if you put that next to Angel Reese, that's already got number one option mentality, then that's why I said those two gonna be our leading two scorers, especially with, like you said, to your point, B, with a point guard like Sloot, somebody who is gonna set the table, the quintessential point guard, right? And then we got floor spacing around them now. And then we got veteran leadership around them now, right? And now they got the confidence to be great. They got the confidence to be them because they're not coming in trying to fit in. This is not the fit in year. They coming in trying to see how good they really are. So they both gonna push the envelope and push their limits and year two. So I'm excited to see. Like I got Camilla averaging somewhere around 20 and 10. And I got Angel averaging somewhere around 18 and 13, respectively. You know, those numbers could, both of their numbers somewhere around there. I got them averaging something like that. And those going to be our go-to players. And both of them is probably going to be all-stars and lead us to the playoffs. And I think we're going to win that. Where my Caitlin, where my Indiana fans in here, where my Caitlin Clark fans, I think we're going to win that season series between y'all. You know what I mean? I feel like I feel like we gonna win that season series. Um, I feel like Indiana. I feel like Indiana's gonna go. I feel like Chicago. We gonna win it 3-2. I feel like we're gonna win it 3-2 in that season series. So what you guys think in the chat though? What you guys think of Chicago being the top 6 or bottom 17? You know, I think we strong. I think we strong at every position. You know what I'm saying? You know, point guard, we got a legendary point guard. Shooting guard, we have somebody who's a former All-Star and you know, defensive player, defensive awards, right? Obviously, we got two great dynamic bigs. I really think our big question mark I keep saying is our small forward position, and I think we in a good position with that because we got 3 solid small forwards who any one of them could peak, but then we still got 3 draft picks that we could go find somebody. And I think that listen, man, Sarah, I think Sarah Ashley Bach impressed us all at her last game. 6 foot forward who could dribble, pass, shoot. You know, she's somebody who will look really good on the sky. But not just us, a lot of people. You know what I mean? You got a Leonard, you got you gotta, I'm not this person really, the people who follow me, this might shock you, but Cheyenne Sellers impressed me in the last game. She didn't do too much. It was Schmeichel and I can't say the other girl's name. T-Batsy, the point guard, a really good shooter. They was the ones who did most of the damage. But Cheyenne, when she had to make big plays, she made big plays, and I respected that. So we got a lot of options we could go to find that small forward that's gonna really help us. Thank you, Biasu, thank you. That's it. The way she was knocking down threes, that girl's tough. She only 5'5". She's tough. She probably could make it in the WNBA. She probably could make it. A lot of these short girls can't make it. Biasu is probably one that could make it with her shooting ability. She an elite shooter, man. For real. Let me get to some of these comments, see what y'all talking about. Forgot where I left off at. We're going to start here. I think our new training camp players is going to be good. I think our new training camp players is there for insurance. So we got 3 draft picks and we got, I believe 3 training camp players, if I'm not mistaken. So if our draft picks don't work out, then we're going to sign one of those players. Morgan Burst, we hired before. She a solid shooter, I think she's 6'4". Hector says Camilla is a beast. Sky needs to run offense through her. I think they will. I don't even think they definitely will. They definitely gonna run some offense through her this year. Camilla need a big dog, not little puppies. I think you saying need to be a big dog. I don't really understand but yeah, Camilla definitely need to play like a big dog. Hell, Angel even gave ADR confidence. I don't know who ADR is. I don't know that acronym. ADR. I don't know what that is. Angel Camilla definitely gonna be fire. I think Akon's will still be leading Sky on points in my opinion. Oh, Atkins, you spelled it wrong. Got you. Facts, we beating them 3-2. I think we gonna win that season series, man. I think we gonna surprise a lot of people. Yeah, man. I think we're gonna surprise a lot of people, Big Ham. Yeah, so you got them right on the cusp of 6-7. I got you. I think we a top 16. I think we definitely a top 16 because I think the fact that we play defense so well and the fact that we rebound so well, I think is gonna be a lot of the difference. And then you got to remember that. Okay, got you. I would have never got that. I would have never got Del Rossio. But and Camilla and Angel are two-way players, so they're gonna affect both ends of the court. And I think that's gonna be the thing that people not realizing, because we don't have the sexy names, we don't have the big names, so I don't think people realizing that. But especially if we get the right player in the draft, like I said, Pro Fan Talk, Sarah Ashley Barker, if she's anything of that in the pros with what we have, we just need a person like that could just knock shots down. Another person. We don't need you to be a superstar, none of that. Just knock your shots down. If she could do that in the pros like she did in that game, we're gonna be an interesting team. We definitely gonna be an interesting team. She definitely balled out, and I've been talking about her all year. But sometimes it takes somebody to have a big game for people to pay attention. Because I've been trying to tell people that Alabama team, all three of them, Sarah Ashley Barker, Aaliyah Nye, and also Zay Green. I've been trying to tell people all three of them could ball, and they all over 6 foot. Sarah Ashley Barker 6 foot, Aaliyah Nye 6 foot, Zay Green is 6'2", and they all could ball. And they always ball in that game. You know, don't get it twisted. Sarah went crazy, but they always doing their thing. She need to play like a big dog, not a little puppy. Now, that's a fact. Robert Jones says, I got the Sky 1 or 2 in the league. Camilla, Angel, Vandersloot, Atkins. They in game shape. They have been playing all off season, and we get the refs to call a pro game. Facts. The refs is definitely going to affect the games. That's definitely a fact. I don't know what you mean by 1 or 2. We definitely not going to be the 1 or 2 seed. So I don't know what you mean by 1 or 2. And I made a video on this. I don't know if y'all seen it yet, but I think we a player away. That's why I said Sarah Ashley Barker could possibly be that player. But we need a player who's clutch. Like, for instance, Kelsey Mitchell for the Fever. We need our clutch player. We need our player. We need our Chelsea Gray, like we just seen Chelsea Gray doing on Rival, right? We need our clutch player that can hit big shots at the end of shot clocks, in droughts when nobody else scoring, because that's what really fuels Angel. When Angel got a 1-2 punch like that, look at what happened with Kennedy last year. Kennedy and Angel, that 1-2 punch. Angel loved those players that could get a bucket. You right, Faz. It might be Ariel Atkins. I ain't gonna put it past Ariel Atkins. It just might be Ariel Atkins. Shout out to Aaliyah Del Rosario. She's Dominican. A lot of y'all don't know. I got my girl is Dominican. There's a big Dominican community in New York City. So shout out to all the Dominicans. Listen, the Dominicans will tell you who the Dominicans are, boy. They all know. They all follow. Like, shout out to Shorty in New York. I forget her name right now. Esmery Martinez. Shout out to Esmery Martinez in New York. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Dominicans. Camilla been working in China. She got better. She definitely got better. She got better work than women in Unrivaled. That's a fact. She definitely been putting in that work. Look for her to go off this year. Nah, that's a fact. I told you, Coach, I got her averaging 20. She probably gonna be our leading scorer. Either her or Angel. We have one in Atkins. Atkins could definitely be that player. I don't know if she is that player. She got to prove it to me. Last year, I seen her go off in games, though. I definitely see her go off in games and take over. So I know she definitely got that type of that game. Yeah, she was an all-star. She is. She was an all-star 2 years ago. She got to get back to the all-star game to be an all-star. But yeah, she was an all-star player, definitely. Brooklyn. If you're saying Chicago has 3-2 in the series, are those 3 wins in Indiana, 2 wins in Indiana, 1 in Chicago, or 1 win in Indiana? Both win. Chicago wins. That's interesting. I didn't think about that, T. Carmella. For me to actually, and I'm gonna answer that right now for you, but I'm gonna have to think about that, and really look at the schedule to really give you a real answer. I probably, when I see the schedule and I see how the games break down with back to back and all that type of stuff, I could tell you which games they probably gonna win or lose. But I didn't even think whether it was gonna be home or away games. I think we definitely gonna get a game. I don't know how many games we play in Indiana, how many games we play in Chicago, but I think we definitely gonna get one in Indiana. So we probably gonna get one in Indiana. We probably gonna get one in Chicago. Um, do we get two in Indiana? We probably gonna get two in Indiana, one in Chicago. That's what I'm thinking off the top of my head. Now I know it's 5 games total. What I don't know is what floors they play on. Like how many games is in what arena. I didn't know that. 3 games, any 2 games in Chicago. So I think we're gonna split. I think Indiana's gonna win in Chicago on one of those games. So we're gonna get one in Chicago, and I think we're gonna get 2 games in Indiana. I think that's how that go. I think that's how that go. Now I'm saying it's an hour, and I'm gonna drop the link. See if anybody want to come up and touch on these topics while I move on to topic number 3. Command V. I'll drop the link in the chat. Y'all could join the show if y'all want. If not, just watch me work. You heard? Once again, we giving prayers up to Juju. This is about her recovery. For everybody who's watching, we could sit here and talk about an injury all day, but I try to keep the energy positive. So we're gonna talk about Juju's recovery. You know what I'm saying? Juju's she's on her road to recovery. She got to have surgery. We're gonna pray that she has a successful surgery so that she could start her work and get back, to the Juju we know and love. You know what I'm saying? Faz, what's going on, my brother?
Not much. Just cool. How are you?
ADP, I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking. ADP says I got you guys on my phone, and Bro Claude and Keisha on my laptop too. Oh, so I didn't know they was live. Shout out to them. Shout out to Bro Claude and Keisha. If y'all ain't subscribed to them, definitely go subscribe to Bro Claude and Keisha. If you ain't subscribed to me yet, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Hit the like button, everyone. Hit the like button.
Please hit the like button. Subscribe to the kid. I'm on my road to 500. I only need 20 more subscribers. There's 161 people watching me, but I know a lot of y'all on Twitter, and I know Twitter people lazy. Y'all lazy. I get it. The Twitter people too lazy to come over and subscribe. Come over and subscribe, man. All 163 of y'all. Come over and subscribe to the kid, man. If you want some, if you appreciate
on YouTube.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If you appreciate women's basketball, that's what I talk about, man. We talk about WNBA. We talk about women's basketball, NCAA. So if that's what you're interested in, hit the like button and subscribe. But Faz, what's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts on what we talked about so far? Juju Watkins injury, and then Chicago Sky being top 6 or bottom 7.
So starting with Juju or just starting with Chicago?
It's up to you, brother. However you want to do it.
Yeah, starting with Juju, man. That stuff is crazy, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad, man. Speedy recovery to her. I was watching the game and I saw that. I'm like, dang. But the good thing is she still has 3 years left because she can technically take another year off. I mean, take another year.
Yeah.
So instead of 2027, when she when she declares for draft, she can declare on 2028. So she got time. That's the only good thing.
That's
but yeah, I think it was sad. But so yeah, I don't know. I just wish her the best, and hopefully she can get back sooner than expected. But for Chicago Sky. What is the question about that?
Is Chicago Sky a top 6 team or bottom 7?
They're definitely a top 6 team now. They're definitely a top 6 team. Because obviously Angel and Camilla leading the way. Atkins is you said she's an all-star. Yes, it was 2 years ago, but she's still an all-star. She can get buckets. She knows how to get buckets in the league.
That's true.
So, and then the bench, I feel like our bench is solid. If Michaela's coming off the bench, she's a bucket getter as well. Rachel Banner, She can hit a couple of threes, even if she's playing 5 minutes. So, and I think we got to be. I think our bench is solid. I think we're definitely. With that being said, we're definitely a top 6 team. Facts, like the top 6 team. That's a fact. I think we're better than the LA Sparks. Yep, LA Sparks. I think Atlanta Dream. They'll probably give us a problems because they got 2 bigs over there as well.
Yeah, they got size here.
And who else? I'm looking at all the top like from 7 to 8. Who else? Dallas with Paige and Enrique. They're gonna be DJ defensively. They're gonna be a problem as well. But I do feel like we are top 16 for sure.
Got you, Coach. What's going on, Coach? How you feeling today?
It's all good, bro. It's all
Nice.
good, man. After
Nice,
all of that
man.
nonsense. Well, not nonsense, but after Juju went down and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff,
man.
that was crazy.
Tough. That's tough. I think that hit the whole women's basketball community. It kind of made it because it's like she has so much potential. But the good thing for her is it is not over, right?
Yeah.
She's on her road to recovery. Speaking of that, what's your thoughts on Juju's road to recovery?
Hey,
And,
real quick, my other man's on here. You got bad feedback, bro. You got the audio coming through your
Is
mic.
it better now? Is it better now?
There we go.
Oh, I bet. My bad.
I appreciate that too, Coach. I like my audio to be good, so I appreciate that. But I didn't know. Like I said, I was so focused on the show. I ain't go live in so long. I'm not even. But thank you, Coach. But listen, what's your thoughts, Coach, on Juju's injury, her road to recovery, and then also Chicago Sky being the top 6 or bottom 17?
First off, with Juju and USC, I'm thinking best case scenario. Best case scenario, she would come back in 10 months. Realistically, she'll go ahead and redshirt and sit out all next year.
Smartest thing to do. To do.
There's no rush because the one thing people think, when you rehab, you ready. Ask RG3 how that worked for him. She's gonna have to take her time because she got to rehab. Then she got to get in shape. Then she got to get in game shape. Then she got to get in optimal game shape. So she got 3 levels that she got to go through.
Now it's a 4th level. Then she got to get in mental shape.
Absolutely.
And that's the most important one.
That she can cross somebody over. She can drive to the bucket. You're absolutely right, man. I tell you what, I've been waiting for Kiki to go off. I was waiting. I was waiting last night. I wanted to see Kiki dunk on him.
Yeah,
I know she can dunk.
Yes,
dunk on him.
They get me so mad when they do that because it's like they go up soft all the time. It's like just all one time. Just give me just one time. But yeah,
she can throw it down with authority, not just barely getting over the rim. That girl can get up.
Yeah.
So I think she'll be okay. I agree with you. I do like this. Is she with? Nah, she ain't with USC. Is Sellers with USC?
Nah, Sellers is with Maryland.
Nah. Who am I? Heckle.
Heckle, and then also Kennedy. Was it Smith? Kennedy.
Yeah.
I think it's Kennedy. She's
I'm looking at who gonna come in for Juju, and that young girl Heckle, number 9.
Yeah.
She showed me something because she balled out during the Greensboro game.
Yeah.
And last night, she ain't scared. And
it's not only her, and I apologize. I don't have the research, but it's a point guard. You can look it up for me if you want, real quick, Coach. There's a short point guard that's nice. I forget her name, but she comes in with a lot of energy. She like 5'5". You know what I'm talking about? Fast.
Yeah, we're talking about that Asian girl. She look Asian.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know her name, but
she got a lot of energy too. So I'm agreeing with you, Coach, and saying that Juju is a star of that team. Kiki is another big name on that team, but that team is a good team. Like even a lot of the people we don't talk about, that team is a lot of talent on that team. And all they need is if they unlock their confidence and realize like, oh shit, we good. They're gonna play out of their mind. Malia Samuels, somebody said in the chat. Malia Samuels.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's tough. She a little bulldog.
Yeah. I tell you what, that showed you a lot of um, the coaches, her
Mhm.
ability to be able to coach under adversity, and
Yeah,
also when you hate to find it out in situations like that, but you really see how well they recruited,
yeah,
because when your backups can come in and still dominate like that, because that game got chippy towards the end,
yeah,
and they were still putting up points.
yeah.
So
I
And
still feel
even
like
get
I think
fast.
they'll be okay. I think they'll
I
be
still
okay.
feel like they still ain't got a good coach. The coach still isn't the right coach for Juju. I still feel like she be some days she be doing good, some days she be missing. Like I don't know, I don't know. I just feel like Juju need a better coach. And
A lot
But
of people.
Juju been streaky though. Juju had a couple streaky points in the season.
Mhm.
Because in my opinion, as good as Juju is, I think she should be dominating a little bit more.
Facts.
And
I agree with that.
but you talking about basketball. Sometimes your shot just don't fall.
Yeah. Especially with the way they play. They don't play. See, I feel like Juju would dominate more, and I don't know if this is coaching. I don't know if this is Juju the way she wants to play.
I think it's
But
coach.
if Juju got the ball on a spot and she just got to dominate a spot, like on a
Mhm.
wing, on a elbow or something like that, I think she would be that dominant player, like you mentioned in coach, because she would have a consistent area on the floor where she know I get to my moves. They played kind of a one-on-one fast break, kind of give Juju the ball and
All the time.
let her create type of offense. And that's when you have what you saying, coach, of some nights that ball gonna fall, some nights
Some
it ain't
nights it
gonna
won't.
fall.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I put that on coaching, or I don't know if I put that on the way Juju just wants to play. You get what I'm saying?
Nah. Because I mean, even the start of the game the other night, she took what? She missed the first two shots.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's slow, but that's when you got players with that high profile, um, that's when you got to become the passer and you got to distribute. And then it comes really into play when when your teammates can they score or not score.
And I think
Because at
also
the end of the day, you can be a superstar, but somebody gonna find a way to slow down a superstar, which
right,
means your role players and your other teammates got to be able to step up to the plate. They got that
right.
with Kiki, and they got that with everybody else. All these other
Yeah.
teams can't say that.
And no, but that's what I was about to touch on. To your point, though, Coach, Kiki, the way Kiki played, I think people all see. I knew she had it in her,
Yeah, absolutely.
so I never really was on the train of she's dropping, she's not that good or whatever. But
That's
I
Nigerian
think
food.
I think what people wanted to see from Kiki is what she showed when Juju went out. I think people wanted her to play like that all season, just be assertive and dominant. She almost kind of played all season okay, being a passive and a second fiddle, and that's okay. I'm not mad at that either, because you got to, and this being a player, coach. Sometimes you got to play your role. Sometimes you got to
Yeah,
understand that you got somebody else that's playing this role. You could be more aggressive, but you got this player here. So it's better for you to play your role to let them shine. So I think that's what she did all season, and it made people look at her like she wasn't that good. But I think
exactly,
she showed the other night, oh
Facts.
nah, I'm still Kiki. This is
exactly.
what I
Don't get it
do.
twisted.
This is why I'm a
But
top 5 pick.
Yeah.
yeah, and you know what? It's only one ball.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only one ball, and I mean, and rightfully so. Juju was that girl.
Yeah.
It would be different if you had a good player that was
Yeah.
doing that. You got a
Yeah.
great player. You got a
Nice.
generational talent right there
Yeah.
on your squad. So you got to give it up. So
Yeah.
it's not what you gonna do. If it
Yeah.
was anybody lesser, you might have an argument. But when you got
Right.
somebody like that, you gotta
Yeah.
But I still feel
play
like
the
the
role.
coach could have given, I mean, run plays for Kiki. So Paige doesn't have to, I mean, I say Paige. So Juju doesn't have to consistently run the offense every time. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, man. I feel
Yeah,
like
but that's
the coach, I feel like the coach is just making, I know it's Paige's team. I mean, I know it's Juju's team. She's the face of USC. I get it. But it's like, damn, can you run plays for Kiki? There's a reason you brought her here. Like, run plays for her a lot more. So
it.
I'm not saying that's the
Uh,
reason why Juju got hurt, but like she's damn near leading in all the categories. It's like I don't know, man.
Yeah, but that's like I'm in the Philadelphia area. That's like when Iverson was playing, and you constantly giving the ball to Tyrone Hill. Like,
Right.
no,
You're not gonna do that.
Iverson is the one. Let him do what he got to do, or
Right.
else you're not gonna
Okay.
win. So while I understand what you're saying, like I said, if it was anybody lesser,
Yeah.
you would have an argument. But because it's Juju, because she is who she is, and she can do what she can do,
Let
it's
her do
hard to
what
argue with that.
let her
No,
do
I
her.
get it. I get it.
Yeah, Lindsay Gottlieb she coaching what she got.
Right.
Facts,
So,
facts.
Hey, what's your thoughts, Coach, on Chicago Sky either being a top 6 or a bottom 7 team in the league with their roster?
they should be up there. I want to see it. It all depends. Is Angel gonna be playing, or is her wrist gonna be hurting?
Right.
We don't know what the deal is for that, but it's. I make a point, man. It's way too early for that.
Yeah.
Even with all of the hype that the Indiana is getting, and I'm an Indiana fan, but right now they just paper tigers.
Yeah.
It looked good, everybody come in, but until I see them on the court and actually play together,
Yeah.
that's when I can come up with a decent or at least a logical conclusion. I got to see with my eyes. I don't give a damn what the players they got in. How many times have we seen teams in any sport you can name where they got a bomb team and they don't get it done?
Now that's a
So
fact.
it's a little bit more complicated than that. So, let me say it like this: on paper, Indiana should be a good team. On paper, Chicago should be a lot better. But I still need to see it. I still want to see because they lost out last year because Camilla got hurt at the beginning of the season. So we really didn't get to see the Twin Towers like we wanted to see them. So and like I mentioned earlier, Camilla was working over in China, and she got better work than the girls on Rival. So I'm looking for Camilla to really take hold if they go to her like that, or are they gonna still try to force the ball to Angel?
Yeah.
Angel would be otherworldly if she could get a jump shot. But the way she got that shot put jumper, and I'm like, if you try to do that in the game, you're gonna get that shit smacked all year.
Yeah.
So we'll see what I'll have another assessment when I actually see them play. I don't give a damn. Everybody posting these videos of
Yo, hold on,
Indiana
Coach.
practicing and stuff like that.
Faz, man. I might have to drop you down, man. You got a lot. I don't know what you're doing over there. I muted you 3 times. You done unmuted. You blowing in the mic. You got. Come on, dog. Like, what's going on?
I didn't know what was going on. All right.
Good, Coach.
Nah, but I just I want to see it, man. I want to see it. I would love to see Indiana and Chicago constantly going at it because I think that would be good for the whole league. The W got they players is gonna play. The W got other issues, man. They images, they not. I look at the W right now is that girl in school that hit puberty and don't know how to act because now she getting all the attention.
Yeah.
So they got to do better with what they putting out there. They got to stop worrying about the nasty comments and stuff like that because that's not going to go away. Like you don't think why does the WNBA think they exempt? You think Kobe didn't get death threats? You don't think Steph get death threats? You don't think LeBron get death threats? It's not new. So when you bitch moaning, complaining, and saying it's this, that, and the other, and Caitlyn fans and clan members and they going into a place and you can't stop it. The only thing you can do is not concentrate on it and not pump it up because it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And last year, man, it looked like the optics were like a lot of these veteran women it was sour grapes. They was just mad because it was Caitlin Clark that kicked the door in. And I'm like, I don't give a damn who kicked the door in. It's open. Let everybody go in and get paid. So
but I think to what you're saying, though, Coach, and I could be wrong, but I think what you're saying about the the fans and the disrespectful fans and ignore them. I think the same could apply to the people who probably had sour grapes. 'Cause I think most of the league didn't have anything against Caitlyn. I think it was probably a few group of players, maybe, because I did see some things. I ain't gonna lie, the guy. it was you probably know. I don't know if you're familiar with this game, Coach, but it was a game in Seattle. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the game because everything that happened with Caitlyn went viral.
Yeah.
So it was this game in Seattle where she kind of went nose and nose with another girl, whatever.
That's the one where the girl popped her in the neck.
Yeah, that's about to say. See, right there, I thought that one was too far. Right, that was like that got physical. But I think a lot of time, like with Dejanay I think that was competing. Right, that was a lot of because you can't tell no. And you were you played too, Coach. You played and you coach, so you understand that.
Yeah.
Competition. If I don't care who on your team, if they tell you, and I don't care who's coming through the other locker room, right? They could tell you, oh, this is the best player, this greatest, da da da.
They coming for you.
We can compete. Let's go on this field or let's go on this court and see what's. So I think a lot of it was that, and people thought because of the women, and then a lot of times too, people Ben, you spoke about this last night, bringing this point back up. I'm one of them. You one of them. A lot of people didn't know how physical this game was, right? So it's like you watch this for the first time and you like, oh, they taking it personal, and it's like, nah, that's just the way they play. Now I don't agree with it. I don't agree with I'm a man saying this. I think they playing too physical. I don't agree with the way they play. Right. Keep everybody healthy and on the court.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But they play rough out there.
You got to go with it. The only issue I ever had with Dejanay was, and I don't think it was the eye poke was purposeful or nothing like that. My problem with Dejanay was she played it up. My problem with her was, and all of a sudden it was like, look at me, I'm gonna be the bad girl and try to take the role, and it kind of blew up in her face. Yeah. But if you gonna do that, expect the blowback. Yeah. So if you try to, and then you had the stuff with Christine Brennan and all that kind of stuff. Now that wasn't her fault, but and then the thing with Angel, like they just didn't make the optics look right. Like the whole thing with Kennedy Carter. And this is my opinion, if Kennedy Carter didn't do that shit with Caitlyn, she would probably still be in the league because that was the business decision. You see,
I'm happy you said that because
that was a business decision.
I thought about you saying that. I mean, not about you saying that, but I thought about that being the case. And I said, I can't believe that that's the case. I can't believe that's why. Because if that's why, then that's sad to me. That's silly to me.
I agree with you 100%. It is sad.
Yeah.
But you got to look at it like this. How much money is riding on her? How much money? That was a business decision.
But Coach, hold on. Let me tell you why I say this, though. Let me tell you why I say this. I only say it because people twisted the narrative. If if the narrative people say actually happened, I'll be 1,000% okay. I see, because it would have been uncalled for. Why did you do what you do? The reason why I say people twist the narrative is because they only showing a part of the incident. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm saying. That's like
shit.
Hold on. Now it was more than that. That's just like me sitting there, right? Me sitting there with you, and you got your lunch or something. You eat your lunch, and I just decide to put my hands and eat your lunch, right?
No. You misunderstand. Caitlyn was talking shit.
No. I'm gonna get to that. I'm saying Caitlyn did more than that. That's people leaving a lot. People leaving a lot out. But what I'm saying is, let's say, like, say me and you, we work together, and you sitting there, you eating a lunch your wife made you. You eating your lasagna, and I reach in your plate. I eat some of your lunch because I just feel like I could do that. People don't see me eat your lunch, but people see you react to me, get mad at me, and maybe push me or do something, right? Mm-hmm. I lose my job or with everybody mad at me, but the narrative everybody keeps saying is, you lose your job, everybody mad at you, right? Because that's what everybody saw. But the narrative everybody keeps saying is you just push me. But nobody talking about the fact that I ate your lunch. You get what I'm saying? That's the problem I have with the whole thing. Because not only did Caitlyn was in her face talking shit, Caitlyn pushed her. They was playing for a rebound. Caitlyn grabbed her and pushed her back.
Right. But this is what I'm saying. And that's why I use that word specifically. The optics of it. Yeah. The optics of it, because it was out of left field. It was when it was out of play. It'd be different if she went hard at her as she was going for a layup. But because the play was dead and they was bringing the ball in, how she did it the optics
I
wasn't
agree.
good.
Listen, I agree with all that. I'm not condoning. I don't think what Kennedy
Yeah.
did was right. My issue isn't people saying that Kennedy did something wrong. My issue is people won't tell the truth. Right? If you're gonna tell the story, tell the story. Don't tell part of the story that's convenient for you.
Tell the whole story.
Just tell the whole story, and then we
Tell
can
the whole
still
story.
say, because I don't think that I said it in the moment, and I still say it now. Kennedy, that's not how you respond. You could have responded like how you said, Coach. You could have waited to a play where, because they do this all the time in the pros. This ain't nothing new. You wait for a play where y'all tussle and boom, you get yours back.
Yep.
That's
Next
how
time you come down the lane, I got you.
That's how you do it. So I still think Kennedy did the wrong thing. My issue is people keep telling the story like Kennedy just came out of nowhere and said, I'm going to hit you. That's not what happened. Tell the whole story.
But the optics of it weren't good. That's not what, maybe I need to rephrase that. That's not what got her out of the league, but it basically put the scarlet letter on her back.
Put a target on her back, yeah.
And then the situation, what in my opinion, what got her out of the league was the
what happened in the locker room and everything. Yes. Absolutely. So we agree there, definitely. Because I can't believe, because I thought about what you said earlier. I can't believe that, because a lot of Caitlin Clark fans, like, not you guys, not the ones we fuck with. I'm talking about, I'm talking about the trolls. The trolls. A lot. That's she shouldn't have hit Cece. They love saying that. And in my brain, I'm like, yo, if the GMs is really, I don't think they that low class. If they really low class.
Watch this. They didn't come at Alyssa Thomas when she body slammed Angel. She clotheslined Angel.
Yeah.
Because Angel was giving Wnba the business.
Yeah.
And so she got,
but also
she was like, "Why you messing with my wife like that?"
But look, I'm happy you brought that up too. Because this is something I always said. The difference between Angel and Caitlyn. Look at how Angel handled that situation, and look how Caitlyn handled it. Right when Caitlyn got hit, she wanted all types of sympathy. She looked up at the ref. You know what I mean? She went into the press conference and she was like, "Oh, that's not a basketball play." She brought so much attention to Angel. Could have made Alyssa Thomas look bad, because that was bad. Everybody was seeing it. Even if you don't like Angel, you seen that it was like, oh, Angel was like, they ain't posing like me. I'm good. Da, da, da. She basically saved Alyssa Thomas, because she could have been a damsel in distress and really forced her to get suspended or something, because that was gruesome. Angel could have ended her career that day if she fell the wrong way. You get what I'm saying? So she could have, to
the left or to the right, she'd have been on her neck, and she could have maybe a different outcome.
She could have made it something serious. She said, "You know what? This is just my welcome to the league moment," and she moved on. So, but we're gonna move on from that. Let's go to topic number 3. I want to know. I always do that. Sometimes I hit the wrong button. I want to know. Are the aces being shown enough respect? Right, because a lot of times when I hear people talk about who can repeat, who's gonna only one team can repeat, but who's gonna win a championship, I always hear Liberty. I always hear Minnesota. And then people throw Indiana name in it now because of the changes they made. And then they stop there. And I'm sitting here like, what makes them think that the Aces ain't as good as they always been? The only thing they lost was Kelsey Plum, but then they replaced her with Drew Lloyd. They the same team that won a championship 2 years ago.
No, they don't get enough respect. They don't get enough respect. And you know what? I'll try to make sure, because when I always talk about the push in attendance and eyes and visibility. Yeah, we talk about Caitlin Clark, but I'm like, don't forget that Las Vegas was the first team to sell out their season tickets before the season started. So Las Vegas was already trending in the right direction, and almost solely because Asia Wilson was down there doing the damn thing. So no, they don't get enough respect. But again, the optics and all the stuff some of the stuff, I know they caught Asia off. Like they caught her on a hot mic saying something about who was she talking about? Talking about that girl can't guard me. And she was talking shit on somebody. And they caught her in the stands doing this. And it's just like some of the stuff, and then the stuff with the shoe. She had lied about having the shoe deal. And again, the optics of it. And it just makes it look a certain way. And it's like, damn, like all y'all gotta do is fucking play ball. That's it. It's it. Asia Wilson was the baddest girl in the WNBA, hands down. But it's not your fault that you couldn't go to a city and require a bigger venue. It just your recipe wasn't right, and then
Right.
somebody else came along, and that recipe was right. The same way with
Right.
Jordan, the same way with Steph Curry, the same way with Wayne Gretzky,
Right.
and
That's a good
you
point.
know, you know what I'm saying. So that's just the way that it goes.
Mm.
I had today on my show today. I don't know if you heard of him. His name is Darwin Walker. He was a defensive tackle, played for the Eagles for a couple years, played in Tennessee. He was on Tennessee's national championship team
Yeah.
back in the late 90s. But we would talk about we wish we were born at a different time, because when we came in the league, we would be making so much more money. But that's just the way that it goes. It wasn't our time.
Yeah.
And we just kind of set the stage, and that's what they doing.
Right.
So just let it go and let the new crop come in and do what they do. You still balling. You still gonna go down as one of the best ever. Period.
Yeah.
So just keep doing and keep adding to your legacy and just keep dunking on everybody.
Yeah.
And that's all you got to do.
Listen, that's a good point. The reason why I said that's a good point, because you actually, and I love that you did that. You actually talked about an angle I didn't even think about. When I posed this question, I was simply talking about winning the championship. But I think the angle that you pose is a good angle too, because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you took it to the like the popularity of it,
Yeah.
being shown respect as far as games being aired, and as far as like I said, the popularity and all that stuff. So I think you kind of took it there. So that's a good point, because I wasn't even thinking about that. So I appreciate you for even touching on that angle.
How many times is the best player in the league the most
I gotta
popular
say
player?
I gotta pause myself, because all my guys is gonna listen to me and they're gonna try to clown me if I don't pause it. I know they're not gonna respect this pause because it was late, but I don't care. I'm pausing it anyway. Yeah, coach.
How many times in how many leagues is the best player not the most popular player?
Right, never. Just the first
So
time.
So it happens.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean, now I see somebody in the chat saying Asia is the best player in the WNBA. I'm not going to disagree with you. However, I would say now, after seeing what I've seen the last season, I'm going to put Fee.
I was about to make that point.
An inch underneath.
Listen, you say underneath. You say underneath. I was watching Mick Sports earlier, and he's adamant on saying Fee is the best player now. Some people saying that.
And you know what? No, let me rephrase that. I'll put them on equal ground, because you know what? She should have won the title. At least she got to the title. They didn't get it done, but the way she balled, I would put her up there.
Yeah.
I would put that as a new rivalry, Fee and Asia.
Listen, the new rivalry is Fee Angel. Let's
They're
not
trying to say that,
but that's not, you know what I mean? Fee got her rival. Fee got her rival. The new rival is Fee Angel.
I told K-Sap the other night, like, I'm still not 3-on-3 doesn't attract me, doesn't interest me like that.
It's not 5-on-5.
I got my enjoyment of watching Unrivaled, watching it with K-Sap and Keisha and Key and all of that. I got the enjoyment from them, not necessarily from the games I was watching. I'm just not interested in 3-on-3. So to your point, it's not 5-on-5, right? So I want to see how that does the fan base gonna follow them over there, or what did they get out of it? Am I expecting Angel Reese to come out and do what she did with the Chicago Sky like she did on Arrival? Absolutely not.
Well, let me tell you,
I want to see what she is gonna do.
Let me tell you this though, because you're a football guy, you might not notice. So I agree with you as far as the entertainment factor goes. As far as the entertainment factor goes, I'm a 5-on-5 guy. 3-on-3 is cool. See, 3-on-3. See, I'm from New York. New York is a basketball city, so I grew up playing 3-on-3 my whole life. So playing 3-on-3 is nothing for me. Sitting down watching it, if I'm not in the park, I'm not interested. You get what I'm saying? So I'm with you there. But then this is where I said, this is where I tie in you a football guy, because you appreciate this, because I know you. We talked about it yesterday. The way you look at the game, you appreciate this aspect of it from a coaching point of view. 3-on-3 translate. So I'm only telling you that because if you, just so you know, the stuff that happens in a 3-on-3. So even in 5-on-5 play, a lot of people don't realize, even though it's 5 players, a lot of the actions is 3-on-3 actions. It's
Right.
just that
makes sense.
it's 5 players out there. So the other 2 players' job is to either space the floor or help defend. But like, so for instance, if I'm running, and they call us the oldest play in basketball, right? If I'm running a pick and roll, it's 2 people on offense in a pick and roll. But on defense, you need 3 people to guard it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So once you understand that, you understand how things translate. So I said this on one of my prior videos. In basketball, everything translates. If you're talking about getting better at the game, like growing, like getting better, like adding skills to your game, everything translates to something else. It's just what part of the game does it translate to. So for instance, you said you watched the Unrivaled 1-on-1, right?
The
1-on-1 translate to your go-to players.
Right.
You need your player at the end of the game to get a bucket, right? You down by 1 or whatever, you running this play, you want to get it to your best player so they can now create something and get a bucket. That's where 1-on-1 helps you at, because 1-on-1 teaches you how to get your shot off. So the players who don't play 1-on-1 aren't good go-to players, right? They might be good, they might be good at something else. 3-on-3 and 2-on-2 helps you in the 3-on-3 in a 5-on-5 game, right? 2-on-2, 9 times out of 10, depending on the players on the floor, you either gonna have a lot of pick and roll or you're gonna have a lot of drive and kick, right? If we out there playing 2-on-2, I'm 1-on-1, and if it, like say if I'm playing with another guy and he's not a he's not a big, he's a shooter. Well, you go stand over there in the corner. I'm gonna take my guy off the dribble. I'm gonna beat him off the dribble, and I'm gonna score every time. I'm gonna make your guy come help me, and when he come help me, I'm gonna kick it to you. You shoot the ball. You get what I'm saying? That's how 2-on-2 translate to 5-on-5. 3-on-3 translate to 5-on-5, where every, like, a little bit more. Everything I just said, pick and roll, you still got more space on the floor, so you still could do different things. You kicking it to somebody in the corner, they can shoot the 3. You get what I'm saying? And so on. So people don't play 4-on-4 a lot, but still you can play 4-on-4. And the same thing with 5-on-5. So what I say all that to say is the skills Angel Reese develop will translate. The problem is going to be the extra bodies out there, and now what you do with your IQ, right? So, for instance, if I'm on 3-on-3, if I'm Angel Reese, this shot that might have been wide open for me, I might now have to not take this shot and kick it to the corner because there's extra defender out there now.
Right.
Where that shot was wide open in 3-on-3. Now I got to use my IQ and say, I could get to this. And that's where IQ comes in at, because that's what the best players do. The best players manipulate the game, meaning it's 4 quarters. So what I do in the 4, we can run. If you my coach, you might run a play for me, and I might run it the same. I might run it the same way for 3 quarters. In that 4th quarter, I'm gonna do something different because now I know how you defending it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I wanted to say that, because I knew you appreciate that from a coach's point of view. From an entertainment point of view, I'm with you. I don't really care about watching 3-on-3, but from
I just want to see the growth.
Yeah, from a coaching point of view, and it's not just Angel. From a coaching point of view, I seen growth from a lot of those players. I seen Aaliyah Edwards get better. I think she grew. I seen Rakia Jackson get better. Like I seen a lot of those players get better. Ray Burrell and on the Sparks, she got better. So I think it did help them. A lot of those players grew, and then you seen players who didn't need to grow actually show skills that they have. Like nobody knew, like. At least for me, I ain't gonna say nobody. For me, I knew Chelsea Gray was a great point guard, and she had great IQ. I ain't know she was a killer. You get what I'm saying? I learned she was a killer. So it's like now when I'm watching,
I had to go back and watch her tapes because I was like, I don't understand. I didn't understand why she was on the Olympic team. I was like, I ain't seen this girl all year.
Yeah.
So you brought somebody that's hurt. Then I went back and watched her tape. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. She was nasty when she was healthy.
Yeah,
so then now she healthy,
and you see the killer.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I just want to see it translate, and I want to see, like, don't tell me Angel Reese been working out with Lisa Leslie.
You want to see?
That's great. I want to see how it manifests on the court. That's what I want to see. So,
but see, here's my issue with that though. I love the work Angel Reese put in Arrival. And like I said, I do think it's going to translate. What I don't love is she plays with a big, and she wasn't playing in Arrival with a big. So those skills that you learning, you ain't going to be able to really use unless, you know what I mean? She's going to be able to use them at times, but you're not going to be able to use it consistently. Consistently, you're going to be on the perimeter. Consistently, you're going to have to shoot the ball. So I want to see her away from the basket. So I'm hoping when she gets to Chicago and Tyler Marsh start working with her, she's at the 3-point line and she's working from there. You know what I mean? I want to see her driving to the basket. I want to see her shooting the ball. I want to see her playmaking from either the free throw line and the three, because we got to give Camilla that space down low to work. You get what I'm saying? And in the Rival, she was at the basket a lot. So that's my only issue. You're not going to be playing like that during the season. You're going to be playing. It was great development, but it's not developing you for where you need to be developed at, which is by the 3-point line.
Have they said any? Has there been any reports on how long Angel gonna be out?
I haven't. I don't think she's gonna be out.
Did she have surgery?
No, so she had surgery originally the first time.
Right.
So she had surgery. So what I'm thinking that's happening now, they just probably letting it run. So one thing I noticed, because I got a video from Arrival where Angel fell and she grabbed that arm too. So what I noticed is it's probably been bothering her for a while because she falls a lot, and that last time she fell, she probably really just started, So they probably shut her down. What I'm thinking is she's just gonna get rest. I think she's gonna get rest and she's gonna play with it. But what she needs to stop doing is she needs to stop falling. And she need to learn how to fall is the problem, because she keep falling on her wrist after you done had
trying to brace her fall,
trying to brace it, and after you done had exactly after you done had your surgery, you don't want to re-injure it. So I think they're just gonna give her rest. This, listen, you've played before, you know how this goes. Some people have nagging injuries their whole career. This just might be something that she got to deal with, is a sore wrist, which is not the worst thing in the world. Just wrap it up, and like I said, stop falling on your fucking wrist. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Hey, learning how to fall is real. Learning how to fall is real, dude.
That's a fact.
Trust me, I'm a running back, so I got my ass on the ground.
Yeah,
it was, that's a real thing, man. So, but I gotta get out of here, bro. Good talking to you tonight.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you for pulling up.
For sure, bro.
All right, man. Have a good one. But yeah, man, getting back to the topic of what I was saying about the aces. The question that I was asking, which I'm gonna pose it again, is the aces being disrespected, man? Is the aces being disrespected? And what I mean by that is being looked at like they can't win a championship, right? Because I feel like every time we start talking about the teams that's going to win it all, we start talking about the Liberty repeating, we start talking about Minnesota upsetting, and we start talking about Indiana winning their first title, and then people stop talking and they just act like Asia Wilson don't exist. And I'm like, listen, Asia Wilson with a chip on the shoulder is a problem, right? I wouldn't want to play Asia Wilson upset. You get what I'm saying? So another thing we just mentioned is Chelsea Gray is healthy, right? And listen, man, they retooled. They got Drew Lloyd. Drew Lloyd has something to prove. So I don't know. I feel like people need to look out for the aces and understand that they part of that call for that can win it all. Let me get to the chat, see what y'all talking about in chat. Listen, everybody hit the like button if you like what you're hearing. You're appreciating the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you appreciating the video, man. I'm on my road to 500. I appreciate anybody that helps me get there. All right. I think I got to that already. Let's move on. Yep. That's where I was at. Supporting Brooklyn. Hit the like button. Mental guidance too. Yes. Cheryl says, don't care for the coach at all, but they extended her contract to 2030. I think you're talking about Juju's coach. Juju Gaines reminds me of Carmelo. She definitely got that Carmelo type bully ball game. I'm glad they won. Kiki looked like, yeah, she looked like Stanford. She went back to Kiki. They just been using her wrong all year, and people acting like Kiki can't play. No, Kiki was playing a role. She still got game. You know, she's gonna help whatever W team she goes to. Whatever W team needs a star big, they need to go look at Kiki. Angel jump shot definitely got better. So I'm excited to see how it translates to the season. You want to know who got a jump shot too? Camila Cardoso got a jump shot. She just so big, people want to dominate in the paint, but she can shoot the ball too. How this turned into a Clark conversation? He a Caitlin Clark fan, so you know, I understand it. You gotta let people, you know, interpret the game how they interpret it. So you know, and Clark is, you know, ain't nothing wrong with having a Caitlin Clark conversation. You need to buy your own lunch. That's a fact. You need to buy your own lunch. But if somebody steal your lunch and you punch them in the face and everybody mad at you and ignoring the fact they stole your lunch, that's how they treating Kennedy Carter right now. They acting like Kennedy Carter just came out of nowhere and just did something crazy. No, she was provoked. Now, she did respond the wrong way. She shouldn't have responded that way. But Caitlin did something that everybody ignoring. Caitlin started the fight. Caitlin hit Kennedy first, and everybody ignoring that narrative. I just want to throw Kennedy under the bus. I think that's crazy when the footage is out there. Like, it ain't even like, you know, the footage is on the internet and people are choosing not to go look up the footage and keep this lie alive, this narrative alive. But Caitlin Clark fans do that a lot. You know, they talk about Angel and they say, oh, she's, you know, I can't stand her. She's all about herself, when all you can see her is bigging up her teammates. So it's like Caitlin Clark fans do that a lot. Whatever narrative they want to keep alive, they keep it alive. They don't care if it's a lie. They just going to say it. Shout out to Caitlin Clark fans. I don't got nothing against y'all. Man, subscribe to the channel, man. I just tell it. I'm a truth teller. Don't get mad at the truth teller. Asia's the best player in Wnba. That's a Snapple top fact. I'm on an Asia train of best player. That's a fact. Angel Reese dog fee and Unrivaled. She definitely dog fee. Dog walked her. Unrivaled was boring. I wouldn't say it was boring. It's not my cup of tea. I'm a 5-on-5 guy, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Unrivaled. I hope they do bring it to a 5-on-5 concept next year, though. You know, they could develop their games at 5-on-5. You know, why not? Angel and Fee is definitely the new rival. Angel Reese has got a lot better. Yeah, Angel would definitely be fine. That's a fact. Why is Barbie healthy? Injuries always kept secret. All right. So let me get into my next topic. I done got to all y'all comments. I'm caught up now. All right. The next topic is, does Paige Beckers get her storybook ending? Right. Paige last year, you know, she obviously was hurt for a lot of her college. I'm gonna say career, even though school, I'm gonna say college career. And she's finally healthy and she's leading her team in a NCAA tournament, women's basketball tournament. And she has a good chance to win it all. You know, you got South Carolina there. You know, I don't want to disrespect Texas. You got Texas there. You know, USC was coming, but, you know, we think USC going to get knocked out now. And then you got UCLA. Do you guys think Paige Beckers gets her storybook ending? Right. Damn, I'm good. I done got all. I thought I had notes. I done got all my notes. So what you guys think, man? Talk to me. What you guys think in the chat? About Paige Beckers getting her storybook ending. I think it's possible. I don't think it's gonna happen. I can't say I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 between South Carolina and I'm 50-50 between UConn. That's who I got. Yeah. I'm 50-50 between South Carolina and UConn. Um, I don't think Notre Dame's gonna win it. I don't think Texas shoot enough threes to win it. And they don't play a good enough defense. If you're gonna be a team that don't shoot threes, you got to stop the other team from shooting threes. And I don't think Texas does that. So I don't think Texas gonna win it because of that. I think UCLA just could be beat. I think they are a solid team. And if UConn is missing their shots, if South Carolina is missing their shots, then UCLA will win. But if they're making their shots, I think UCLA could be beat. And yeah, I think it's 50-50 between Texas and South Carolina personally. But talk to me. What's your thoughts, man? Talk to me in the chat, man. Listen, hit the Cash App. You know what I mean? If you feeling generous, hit the Cash App. My Cash App is right here on the bottom of the page. $ AD Easy BABY. Or scan your phone across the screen, man, and send me a Zelle, man. I appreciate anything anybody want to donate. If you haven't done it, hit the like button. You know, sometimes you come in and you enjoying the content, you forget to hit the like button. So hit the like button and subscribe, man. Subscribe to the channel. Definitely looking forward to getting some new subscribers. I want to hear some new opinions in the comments. Subscribe to the kid, man. All right, y'all not talking to me in the comments, so I'm gonna move on to my next topic. Let's move on. All right, the next topic is, will Paige Beckers have a better rookie season than Cece? I think it's gonna be difficult. I think it'll be difficult only because I don't think she's gonna get the assists Cece got. So I think in order for her to break records, she got to do it. I think she got to do it in scoring the ball. So it really depends on how many shots she get. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Real Money. I think she's gonna have a successful rookie season, and I think she definitely gonna be rookie of the year. But I don't think she's gonna be able to break the records. Right? I don't know what the records are for scoring. I would have to look it up. But that's how she would have to break it, because I don't think. Again, I don't know. Maybe she do get a lot of assists, right? But I don't think she's gonna. CC focused on assists. She focused on assists, and I don't think Paige is gonna come out focusing on assists. I think she's gonna get assists, but I think she's gonna score the ball a lot. So I think in order for her to break records like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark did, she's gonna have to score a lot. And I don't know if she's gonna be able to do that on the team with Enrique, right? On the team she has, I don't know what type of night she's gonna have, but you never know. She might come out and be in ball, right? She might really be. She might translate and really be the Paige from UConn, right? So if she's the Paige from UConn and she's dropping 25, 30 a night, maybe she will. Yeah, CC broke a lot of records, so I don't know if she's gonna be able to do that, but I think she's definitely gonna have a historic rookie year. Let's say that. She could be efficient as she want to be. They ain't letting her do all that half-court basketball shit. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, man. Listen, before I get up out of here, I'm gonna drop the link one more time, see if anybody want to come up. I like Paige too. I think Paige is a hell of a player. In fact, she's playing her best basketball right now. So, like I said, you know how the W is. You go right into the W. You know, you go right into the W after the tournament. So, if she's playing her best basketball right now, if she going to the W, cooking it up. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe she can. I don't know what the scoring records are. I don't know if they're reachable. You know, the passing records was reachable. The rebound records was reachable. The scoring records, it's a lot of great scorers in the WNBA. I don't know if they're reachable, but if they are reachable, Paige is somebody who can do it. But on the team that she's on, I don't know if she's going to be able to do it with Enrique. You know, Melissa. I don't know if she's going to be able to do it. I'm not comparing her to Cece. I'm not saying she is Cece. I'm comparing a rookie seasons, right? You got to realize Angel and Cece came in and had historic rookie seasons. So I'm saying, can Paige have a historic rookie season, and how does it compare? I'm not comparing the players. I'm not saying that Cece is better than Paige or Paige is better than Cece. That's not the question. I'm talking about the season, the rookie season, and the season that Paige is going to have. How does it compare? You get what I'm saying? So that's all. I'm not comparing the players. But yeah, man. CC and Barbie are so good for the W. It's crazy. Yeah. They're not the only ones though. I feel like this class is great for the W. It's like a new wave of energy for the W that's really good. And CC and Angel is leading that. They just leading a wave of this new young energy. Now, you know what's so crazy? I'm hearing chats trying to put this ACL energy in the air about you know who energy. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand what you're saying. Now, you know what's so crazy? I'm hearing chats trying to put this ACL energy and I don't get it. I don't get the last part. I don't how you ended it. You lost me. They was waiting for her not to send her condolences. Oh, you trying to say like they think it's beef between Cece and Juju? Or Angel and Juju? Ain't no listen, man, that's for the media, man. These players are at work. It's almost like if you respect your coworker, right? It is they not best friends. Like for instance, Angel and Caitlyn aren't friends, but they also aren't enemies. You get what I'm saying? They're not friends, they not enemies, but they respect each other. But that don't mean that they, walk around thinking about each other. They don't, you know what I mean? And when it's time to go to war, when they compete, they try to take each other head off. But there's no hate there. They actually care about one another. They don't want to see nobody get injured. As much as there's competition between Juju and Caitlyn and who's is love there as far as competitors go. So there's definitely no beef. There's no beef off the floor. And you already know some people gonna push that real money. You already know that. Like I said, we all got a choice to have positive energy or be with the bullshit. I always try to remind myself to stay positive, especially when it's women's basketball, because with the comments and people saying nasty things, I could easily get disrespectful and nasty. So you you gotta constantly remind yourself it's a choice to be positive. So if people are pushing that narrative, that's corny. You know what I mean? That's corny. Pushing a narrative like that. Yeah, that's work, man. But those people pushing a narrative, they doing it for clicks. They doing that shit for clicks, and that shit is nasty. You know what I mean? When you pushing false narratives, or you know, you pushing nasty narratives and stuff like that, just so that's why I don't respect some of these Caitlin Clark pages talking about Angel Reese, because a lot of them they just make content. A lot of them just make content for the hate because they know, you know, they know that's what people gonna click on or whatever the case may be. They might not even believe the shit themselves, but they feed into that. That shit corny. You know what I mean? As you can see, me and Coach was just up here having a good civil conversation. He's a Caitlin Clark fan. I'm an Angel Reese fan. Real Money is a Caitlin Clark fan. Ain't no beef. You get what I'm saying? There ain't no beef. Aussie, I don't know if Aussie's still in here. He's a Caitlin Clark fan. You get what I'm saying? I got a lot of Caitlin Clark fans in my community. I got a lot of Angel Reese fans. And shout out to Juju, a lot of Juju fans. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it don't have to be war. It don't have to be beef. We can coexist. We could disagree. It's going to be times where we disagree. Like, I know Real Money didn't agree with what I said earlier about Chicago Sky going to win the series. I know he don't agree with that. You get what I'm saying? But this is sports. We can have that conversation. We can have these conversations in sports and not let it get personal. We can have these conversations in sports and still respect each other. We can have these conversations in sports if you know, in person, and go have a drink after. You get what I'm saying? After we done disagreed. Listen, some of my friends, when we talk sports, we be yelling. We be at the that, da, 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 da. But we be cool after. We don't take it personal. It's just you get emotional when you talk about something. Not emotional, but you get passionate. That's a better word. You get passionate when you talk about something you care about. So it's okay to get passionate over these players because this is what we love. It's fun. It's fun for us to talk this stuff, but there's no reason for it to get personal. There's no reason for people to, you know, start getting racist. Every time, you know what I mean? A lot of Caitlin Clark fans is cool, and I rock with a lot of them. But some of them I can't rock with because it's like, soon as we start talking sports or something I don't like about Caitlin, the first thing they go to is, it's because she's white. You're just saying that because you're black. Like what are you talking about, bro? Like, y'all sound crazy, dog. Like, nah, it ain't none of that. I don't care. Like, this is sports. I don't care about her race, her color. You know, if I don't like something about her, it's because I don't like something about her game. It don't have nothing to do with her being a white woman or whatever the case may be. But some people take it there. That shit's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? But if you've been around me and you've been on my channel, you should know, like, I keep it fair. I keep it fair when I talk about these women. But listen, with that said, I'm going to wrap the show up. I appreciate everybody who rock with the kid. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody who hit the like button. I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. I appreciate everybody who watched. We 2 hours in. So if you've been watching for 2 hours, even if you came within the 2 hours, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And I'm going to wrap the show up. I'm going to wrap the show with saying, once again, prayers to Juju. You get what I'm saying? Thanks. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, Hector. Great stream. Appreciate that. Listen, I'm going to wrap the show with saying, prayers to Juju, man, on her road to recovery. If she see this show, I hope this gave her, you know, made her feel good, gave her a smile. Because when you're going through something, you don't always want to hear the negative shit. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You want to hear something positive. So shouts out to Juju and her family. You get what I'm saying? Good luck to her team. Good luck to USC. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, I think we had a great show. We talked about some unique topics, some topics they ain't talking about every day. You get what I'm saying? I want to bring some different energy. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say on the end of my videos, man, everybody have a blessed night. You heard?